everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. Now there are a couple of things I want to talk about in this video. First, starting with Jeannie Mai from The Real. Now recently Jeannie uploaded a YouTube video answering questions about her wedding with her now husband Jeezy, and the conversation about her co-hosts Adrian, Lonnie, and Garcelle came up. Now if you remember, I did a video about Jeannie not inviting her co-host from The Real to her wedding. When Jeannie was talking about her wedding on the show, I noticed that the reactions from the other ladies weren't really all that enthusiastic, and I kind of assumed that maybe they weren't jumping for joy because they weren't at the wedding, and they probably felt a way about it, especially Adrian and Lonnie, because they have known Jeannie for years. But in my previous video, I said that it's possible that they weren't invited because of COVID restrictions and because Jeannie only wanted to include her close friends and family. So she did not invite the ladies, and Jeannie actually confirmed my assumptions. However, Jeannie did say that she gave the ladies a heads up before she got secretly married, so they knew she was getting married. However, Jeannie did not extend an invitation to them, and she did not really reveal details about her wedding until later on.
We had a very COVID-safe wedding in our home, which means there was, literally just there were 2 tables in our living room of our closest family and friends, people I grew up with, people that had to know me and Jay. Those were the 2 rules. And so with our family, we said, we are only going to invite our close family and people who know us both. And so if you hadn't met both of us and you hadn't spent time with us, then we thought this would be best for you to be there at the wedding later on, because we will have a wedding where everybody can be invited, because I'm sure Jay has a guest list of people that were so special to him, but they didn't know me, and vice versa. So no, I didn't invite the ladies, but I did call them all ahead of time to let them know that we were doing this. They were actually the first to know that we were having a secret ceremony, and they kept their secret. And so when we have the wedding later on, hopefully things can change then, because COVID now, anything could happen.
So that's what Jeannie had to say, and honestly, I had no issues with her explanation. I thought she made sense. However, I did find it very interesting when I saw the comments she liked under her video. This one comment in particular stood out to me. She liked the comment that said this: "It's funny how once Adrian actually said you all were just co-workers, and people expect you to invite your co-workers to your wedding. No, and people can grow apart, and I feel as though you have grown apart slightly from the ladies and The Real, and that's fine. You're not gonna sometimes have the same relationship with someone like you did 3 years ago. That's cool. Co-workers at this point, I see how over the years you've been not included in certain things, mistreated, etc. Everyone at some point has given you attitude while you brush it off. I notice, and you laugh it off for some reason. You have every right to live your life how you want it. I've seen a big disconnect with you and the ladies from The Real, even though they try to smile and portray a different picture. It upsets me how you're treated sometimes. You're too kind to everyone. Now you gotta stop calling people friends just because you work with people. And all the best, you and Jeezy." And Jeannie liked this comment. Now it's possible somebody from her team may have liked it, but Jeannie does read her YouTube comments and she interacts with people. So I think she was the one who actually liked this comment. And I thought it was very interesting and very revealing. I understand that the ladies at The Real are not going to be the best of friends. I know they have their own lives and they have their own friend groups. So I'm not going to expect that they're best friends, but I at least thought that their relationship was a step above just being co-workers. I think Adrian, Lonnie, and Jeannie at one point were real friends, but Jeannie is hinting that they grew apart and they're nothing but co-workers now. Also, I think her liking this comment is revealing some old feelings that she has about the ladies. In the comment, it said that Jeannie was mistreated by her co-host and everybody gave her attitude. If my guess is correct, I think she might be referring to the time when Tamar was on the show. When Tamar was on the show, there were some noticeable cliques within the group. Everybody seemed to get along for the most part, but I noticed Lonnie and Tamara got really close, and Tamar and Adrian got close. Jeannie, however, was kind of the odd one out, and it didn't help that she bumped heads with Tamar.
Dude, but you know who I didn't hit it off well with at the beginning? Miss Persnippity over here, okay?
Tamar,
Persnippity is.
lies you tell.
I ain't lying, girl. I gotta be honest with you, girl. You was not that nice.
So based off of the first meeting that Tamar and Jeannie had, they didn't get along well on the show. Later on, they did try to be more cordial with each other, but at first they really weren't friends at all. And the reason why I bring this up is because Tamar did have an effect on the whole dynamic of the show. She was kind of like the popular girl at the table, and everybody befriended her and tried to appease her, but Jeannie was not received with open arms. And I think Jeannie might be thinking back on those times when she felt left out by the other ladies. But besides her tension with Tamar, I never really seen where she was mistreated by the other ladies. For the most part, Lonnie, Adrian, and Tamara got along with Jeannie. And when Tamar left, they grew even closer. Adrian even invited Jeannie to her wedding. So I am kind of confused that Jeannie would like that comment about her co-host. But Jeannie is entitled to feel how she feels. She doesn't see them as her friends. She only looks at them as her co-workers now. So if that's how she feels, that's how she feels. Now, I was a little surprised by it because the ladies have made it seem like they're closer than they are, but apparently that's not the case. They're not friends, y'all. They're just not friends. And it's okay. They work together, they're friendly, but they don't have to be friends. They don't. Anyway, on to the next topic. Wanya Morris from Boyz II Men clapped back at Kandi after she said Boyz II Men was disrespectful to her. Now, if you don't know, Kandi Burruss did an interview with Eddie Levert and his daughter Ryan Levert, and she revealed that Boyz II Men was the worst artist that she ever worked with.
Doesn't even matter, but yeah, I had a bad experience in the studio with Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever been disrespected like that before in the studio in my life. It was crazy, really.
Wanya from Boyz II Men responded to Kandi's claims during his interview with Kempire Daily. He said he and his group worked on this song with Kandi called Good Guy, and they all wrote on the song and they assumed that they would get equal credit. However, Kandi started talking about splits. Kandi wrote the hook and that was a big portion of the song, so she thought she deserved a certain percentage of the credit. The more credit an artist gets on the song, the more royalties they can get from their publishing company. So Kandi was looking to get more credit because she wrote a significant portion of the song. Boyz II Men, however, wasn't used to that way of business. They assumed that if you write on a song together, everybody gets equal splits. So they had a huge disagreement about that, and that's why they bumped heads.
She started talking about splits. Why would we talk about splits? I mean, well, because I came up with the hook, and I'm like, and the hook is the major part of the song. It's like, I don't care what the hook is the main. We're like literally, like we've been in the game long enough to say, hold on a second. That's not how it worked. Now that's how it became. We understand that's how it became, but we don't ride in that lane. You know, and then from that point, it became a little bit harder to work with her.
I thought she was nice.
I thought she was nice too. I mean, but you know, people.
She was in Vogue.
No, she wasn't in Vogue. She was in Escape.
Well, why she can't be in Vogue?
Right, they're both the damn same. How about that?
Because they don't have a bass in Vogue. Kandi was probably my least favorite vocalist in that group. But she could sing. You know what I mean? If I had to choose like somebody to do a duet with, it wouldn't have been Kandi at all. I mean, but she can write.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I first heard this, I was screaming out loud. That whole interview that he did with Kempire Daily was so shady. And I don't necessarily agree with how he was talking about Kandi because he was wrong for saying that, but he was responding to what she said. She said he and his band were the worst to work with, and he said that she was his least favorite singer in Escape. I mean, at least they both were being honest, right? But he didn't have to call her a bass singer, though. He was dead wrong for that. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.